Am I the asshole for complaining about a teacher that excluded my son? Recently, the seniors in the school band got a special photograph made in uniform with their instrument that was placed in a temporary display in the school for the final band program of the year. My son is a senior band member. He did not get a photo or a display. I just happened to see the photos before the program, and 1, didn't know they did that, and 2, didn't see his. I asked his mom about it, and she didn't know about it either. Insolently fumed during the performance. Afterward, I congratulated son on his performance, then asked him why he didn't have a senior band photo displayed. He told me he didn't know anything about them until that night. I then approached the band director and asked him why my son wasn't included in the senior display. He brushed me off with, he didn't want one. I replied, not so. He just told me he didn't know about them until tonight. The BD said, I sent everybody a group text last month to come to the band office if they wanted a photo displayed. He then showed me a text that said, come to office for senior photo, $40. At 1:30 p.m., no order form sent home to parents. No text to parents, just a 7-word text to students during class time when kids are not allowed to be on their phones. I let the BD have a piece of my mind. 1, excluding my son, who has been in band since 6th grade. 2, not contacting parents. I have bought every class, band, and sport photo since 1st grade. 3, texting kids during class when they can't answer phones. His response was, well, too bad, can't do anything about it now, and walked away. No apology, no remorse, nothing. I was furious. I went straight to the principal and made my displeasure known. He agreed it was unfortunate, but nothing could be done as the band season was now over. No plan to address the unprofessionalism of the BD or his lack of appropriate response to a concerned parent. The next day, I dropped by the school superintendent's office and filed a formal complaint on these 3 issues. 1, excluding a senior student. 2, lack of proper communication, texting kids during class and not sending order forms to parents, just taking cash from kids. And 3, not appropriately or professionally responding to a concerned parent citizen. Lackmoff apology. The assistant superintendent listened, agreed with all of my points, at least to my face. Evidenced by 2 days later, my son was called in for a portrait sitting. No charge. A week later, the principal called me and asked me to stop by and pick it up. When I stopped by the school to pick up the portrait, the band director approached me and apologized, and that he knew he couldn't go back and fix this situation. He stated it would not happen again. My wife thinks I should have just let it drop, but I grew up small-town country, where the poor kids from the farms got overlooked and the town kids got all the attention. I admit him have a chip on my shoulder from that. But now I have some status. I got off the farm, worked my way through college, became successful, and learned how to stand up and not take bullcrap off people with a artificially heightened sense of status. I'm well known in my community and respected. I no doubt used my current status, but not verbally, and my managerial experience to make my complaint heard. I used my experience to make specific and directed complaints on failures of policy and proper protocols instead of just screaming, my kid got left out. I know what buttons to push more than the average bear, so to speak. And I pushed every one of them, so AITA for standing up for my kids so strongly due to my seriously large shoulder chip. Or should I have just wrote it off?